Because to me, it's a huge mystery. Like, how do you set up your website? What's important about it? How do you know how to budget? How do you even spend ads with Google or with Facebook?
Right.
You know, how do you do these type of things? And how do you make sure you're not just throwing money away? How do you track it? The 4 legs of my stool are calls, text, referrals, and pay-per-click.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so adding that 4th layer has really been explosive this year.
Absolutely.
Because of your expertise with pay-per-click. Jesse, who is an absolute pro at this, on how you can go and implement pay-per-click into your business if it's the right time to be able to do that. So just starting out, what's important when you're starting out a pay-per-click campaign?
So the first thing you have to realize is your landing page, your website, is the most important part of this whole process when you're just starting out. Because one, it's your online billboard, right? You have this beautiful machine called Google Ads. But one of the factors they have of serving your ads to people is your landing page experience. And so if you don't have that dialed in from day 1 to 15, you're going to be spinning your wheels and your ads aren't going to get served to those potential sellers, right? And so that's the biggest thing, step 1.
So when they come onto your website, it has to be clean. It has to be very clear.
Yep.
And are you trying to get information from them right away? Are you trying to, show that they can trust your business? Right. I feel like there's a weird balance there that you're like trying to get their information, but you're also trying to show that you are a real business.
Absolutely.
So how do you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is a mix of both. All right. So one of the biggest things that you have to realize is there's a lot of psychology behind a landing page, right? And so when they go to your website, it should be clear and concise of what you want from them, right? But also understanding that there is a sense of, there's a team behind this, right? And so every single landing page we built out with the help of Robert, who's our web guy, is almost geared towards, right? You have your obviously your homepage, right? That has your property address, your what you do, etc. That value proposition. But you also have your meet our team, and we have a great picture of Brent and his team on the website, and it is it honestly attributes to the fact that we have nearly a 20% conversion rate on our website. Is because we lay everything out there. We're not hiding anything, right? We're not trying to hide anything. We're very, very intentional about the copy that goes on our website, right? And so, yeah.
Can you show it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's pull it up. Matt, pull this up so that we can see.
So this is our first iteration of our website, right? Okay. So we have, very clear and concise, the simplest way to sell your Arizona home without fees, right? That gives them a clear picture of when they click on our ad or our website, right? They understand what they're getting. There's no mystery of whatever it may be. And then at Joe Homebuyer, we believe. I
was told that on your website, they should know exactly what your website's about in the first 3 seconds of them saying it, right?
Easily.
Okay.
Yep. And then our subheading is at Joe Homebuyer, we believe the house selling process should be faster, easier, and hassle-free for Arizona home sellers. Get your offer today. The structure of that whole subheading is at Joe Homebuyer, right? We're establishing brand awareness. 2, we believe the house selling process should be faster, easier, and hassle-free, right? That's a value proposition. Benefits, right? Yep. And then at the very end, you have your CTA, or your call to action, right? Get your offer today. There's a lot of psychology that goes behind that. And then if you scroll down, they're like, okay, that's cool. And then it goes into the step 1, step 2, step 3 of how this process actually works. And then, the benefits, etc. And we've actually cleaned this up, and I actually want to show you
a rare picture of me not wearing TTP gear.
Look at those guys and gals.
Amazing.
Wearing a polo.
Wow.
And so this is another huge part, meet the team, right? I don't see a lot of wholesalers doing this. They don't have a meet the team part. And one of the things I learned at Google is,
well, a lot of the competition, not to cut you off, but I did, sorry. But no, but a lot of the bigger competition that we're looking at when you're in your Google account are these bigger brands that are nationwide.
Right.
And they're running these ads, so there's no real face to it. There's no real, these are the people that you're going to be working with. It's just kind of like the stock photos.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and remember, you guys are positioning as local home buyers, which you are.
Yep.
So then, like I said, meet the team. That copy is super important. Go through the bio of your team, right? Like, what have you guys done? If you haven't done anything, that's okay. Like figure out like how to write that in an enticing way. And then you scroll down, you have your lower submit form, right? And then you have your reviews. I think reviews are a very powerful tool. Like what is the community saying about you? Like what is like the heart behind it, right? And so, yeah, and then you have your FAQ, which I believe is also incredibly important. That if they're looking at the FAQ, 9 times out of 10, they're going to submit a form.
And I got a question, just tech language, right? So Jesse, you said that this website has a 20% conversion rate for PPC traffic. Does that mean out of 100 PPC leads that you guys send to this website, 20 of them become actual leads for your business? Is that what that means?
Yeah, correct.
Got it. Okay.
Correct.
That's killer.
Yep. Sweet. And then, yeah, let's go into the stats of what we've been able to build. Matt, if you want to bring up that, awesome. So leads generated, and this is in the last, 45 days. We've generated 140 leads. The average cost per lead is $220. We've spent $22,000. And this is the fun part, right? Our assignment contracts have generated $214,000,
Yep.
right? So, and that return on ad spend is ridiculous, nearly 10 to 1.
Yeah.
Right. And so for me, when I look at that, and this is something me and Mike talked about, I think last week, these people are hot. They need to sell. They're in search mode, right? In the terms of Mike, they're in search mode. They're ready to go. And so I think leveraging PPC is so important. And yes, it's expensive, but that return on ad spend, like Brent was saying, if you can get to 5 to 1, 7 to 1, 10 to 1, man, you can change your life.
Well, yeah. Well, what are people doing that they're making big mistakes? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've gone in and out of pay-per-click, and it seems like it works for a little bit, and then all of a sudden it doesn't.
Absolutely. One of the biggest things, and this is why I believe it's so important to have an in-house PPC guy, is your Google Ads changes on average every 2 weeks. Whether that's attribution, whether that's, copy, how they, whatever it may be, it's changing. And so if you're not optimizing on your wins, you're going to fall behind.
So if you're somebody like me that doesn't understand any of this language that you're speaking, I mean, obviously I found you, but how do people find somebody that's going to run their pay-per-click or be able to, you know what I mean? Like, is it something that you just try to find a VA and hope that they do? Do you find an agency to be able to do that? Do you try to learn it yourself? Because listen, it's not going away, guys. Pay-per-click has been here for a while, and it's going to stay for a really long time, or at least getting internet leads or doing marketing through internet resources, right? Getting these people to reach out to you is powerful, and it's going to stick around, but it's not something I would say if you have, $500 in your account, you're going to go and set this up.
That's a question I had, right? So because those numbers are sexy, right? So if we're going to spend 20, 25 grand and get $250,000 in assignment fees, where in your business should you be to take the leap into PPC, and what do you need set up? Like, who do you need? What do you need to make this actually work so that you don't lose your ass?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, first, you build up your momentum being proactive, right? That's what's going to make you super profitable. Either you're getting referrals, or you're going direct to the property owners, or on market, or with real estate agents. But you're still being proactive. You're still calling people. You're still learning how to negotiate. You're still learning how to really navigate the conversations with property owners and the people that represent them. That's how you start building the momentum. And then you get people to replace you doing that, right? People are calling, and they're texting, and they're getting you leads, and they're bringing this in. And then once your cup is overflowing with leads, that's when you bring in your junior acquisition manager. Your junior acquisition manager starts warming up those leads. You start just going on the hot leads and going on the appointments. And then you have to have enough capacity to where the leads coming in aren't overwhelming your team. And then you start getting into pay-per-click.
Right.
And they have to be on it immediately.
Absolutely.
Speed to lead.
Speed. And it's got to be really fast.
So these are not leads that you cut your teeth on, because these are pricey. These are leads that you're working when you know what you're doing. You're comfy, cozy, having these quality conversations, right? And you kind of have a foundation. Is that right?
Yeah, I would agree. Absolutely. So one of the most important things when it comes to back to your question, finding a good PPC guy or a good agency is one. I think a lot of agencies, or a lot of, let's just say, marketing guys, they want to specialize in everything, right? And they want to look at everything and they want to be in every single niche, etc. From my experience, I would not hire a person that is marketing in multiple areas, right? Because I want someone who is a genius and knows wholesaling or knows real estate at the bare minimum. Because if they don't, what I struggled with, like if I'm being fully transparent, is understanding that not all marketing campaigns work the same, right? Some people look for brand awareness, some people look for whatever it may be, but for wholesaling in particular, you have to be so dialed in with how you search for these leads. Where for me personally, I audit our search terms, which are essentially what people are searching in Google and what they're looking at and when our ads are popping up. And the reason I audit those is because if I don't, then we're going to be showing up for things that we don't want to show up for, right? And that's wasting money. Obviously, it's pay per click, right? You're paying per click, but your ads aren't serving the right people. And so if you can't find the right people, you're just...
One question that I have is when the lead comes in from marketing, how fast do we have to get after it?
So my rule of thumb is within the first 10 minutes. Minimum. And we have a great junior acquisition manager. Chad is a stud. One of the good things about having an in-house PPC guy is I work directly with them every Tuesday. We have a 30 to an hour minute meeting where we talk about what's winning, what's not winning, improving strategy, etc. And so at Google, and we called it SLA, right? When we got a inbound lead coming in, right, we had 24 hours to reach out to them or else we were docked. And so one of the biggest things with that is these sellers, right? These house sellers, they're looking to sell their house. They're not only going to your website, they're going to go to another website and another website and another website. And if the first person to call them is you, your chances of closing that contract through the roof, through the roof, because they know that you're on it and they know that you actually care, right? So.
Well, and also it's about building your sales skills, which we've talked about. We've done multiple shows on here, multiple videos on really asking great questions to the property owners so that you can see what is going on with the competition that you're dealing with. Because what I found is with these marketing leads, there's more offers that they're looking at. Right. And so relationship really matters, and really asking the right questions to get down to what is the pain that they're going through so that you know how you can heal them through your offer. Absolutely. And that's truly what we're doing as wholesalers is we're looking for people that have a problem. Right? That they have something going on with this property in this situation that they want to get out of. And we have to cater our offer, whether it be something creative, whether it be a cash offer, or whether it be just referring them over to a trusted real estate agent. There's really 3 buckets that we can put them in. Novation's a little bit 4 if you're really advanced. But you won't know what that is unless you qualify them and really understand what is the pain that they're going through. And that's really what we're looking through. And people typically, if they're going to be filling out an application, I don't even know if that's what it's called,
lead form.
But a lead form on a website, there's something going on there.
3 big things I took away, right, was PPC been around for a long time, going to be around for, the foreseeable future, right? It's good for, once you have experience, right? And then I want to differentiate real quickly. Cold calling is proactive marketing.
Yes.
You do it on your own time, right? PPC is what you call reactive marketing, which means you got to be at the ready. So as soon as these leads come in, speed the lead, you're getting to them in 10 minutes max. I'd say get closer to 5 if you can, because these people, they're in heat, they're ready to talk. And if you get them, timing is everything here. And if you don't get them, chances are, because they're searching, somebody else is going to get them if you don't.
Yeah, Todd Toback one time on stage in 2017, speaking at the Wholesaling Inc. Summit, talked about if you have a leak in your roof and it's pouring, you need to have somebody come over and fix that leak in your roof as soon as possible, especially if you're looking at the weather report and it's going to rain for the next week type of thing. So they call, they're like, okay, I got a leak in my roof. I need somebody to come over right now. And if you don't answer, they're calling somebody else. As soon as somebody answers, somebody else and somebody else. So it's really important also, and you bring up a beautiful point here, is if you don't have the availability, if you're in the military, if you're driving trucks, if you're a nurse, if you're a teacher, if you're have a job where you can't just jump on your phone anytime that you're getting a lead coming in, you're throwing thousands away.
Thousands.
You got to be full-time.
You're throwing thousands. That's why being proactive early on until you can go full time into this business is really, really, really critical, because you're having conversations based on your schedule. You're talking during your lunch break. You're talking from, 5 to 6 o'clock when you get off work. You're having those conversations on your schedule. But then once you start closing those deals and you fire your boss and you start building your business, and then all of a sudden the leads start pouring in. Look at this background today. I love this background today. This is good. Like a waterfall, you need to be able to get on them right away, or they're going to find somebody else. That is the dual-sided blade that is marketing.
Yep.
Because when those leads come in, you have to be available.
Absolutely.
And I highly suggest, listen, guys, I've tried it so many times. I've tried to have like professional call centers answer it. I've had like the top tier people, for that have businesses that answer these calls coming in or respond. Nothing even close to my team taking those calls, because the skill level is way different.
Especially on these leads.
Yeah.
When you're paying $220 to have somebody call you or fill out a form on your site, you better take it seriously.
Yeah.
And so we've done, it's a 216, but really it's probably higher than that, because one of those deals we have is massive.
Huge.
And but that one, it's got a, we're closing on it this week. Actually, we just closed on it.
Yep.
But we have a post possession for 2 months because the guy is moving. But it's a bananas deal. We got it for $195.
Yep.
And Zillow's at $370.
Freaking crazy.
And it's a newer house.
Are you guys running PPC just in Maricopa County, or are you going in and around other counties as well?
Yeah. So we started out, a strategy we used was actually targeting rural areas, as well as Phoenix, Tucson, etc., the big cities, if you will. And then we realized, okay, we need to dial back a little bit and focus a lot on Phoenix.
Yep.
Because Phoenix, we were getting 60, 70, 270s actually, $70,000 assignment contracts, right? And so understanding the importance of pivoting in that aspect on location is so important. Because
it's cash buyers too.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are your cash buyers? Where are they paying the most? That's where you're going to get the most out of these deals.